Welcome, listeners, to another episode of So You Think You're Fine. We have something good cooking for you today. As usual, your host, Artemis.
Hi, guys.
And Bethany. We are going to talk about some unpopular opinions. Some juicy and funny unpopular opinions.
There's plenty out there, so, you know.
We got the goods.
We got the goods. Okay, so I'm just going to start us off with the biggest one. I feel like everybody just has their opinion on this one, right? Apple or Android?
Oof. Yeah. I'm an Apple girly all the way. Androids do not like. They're just, Apple is so aesthetic that I'm going to go Apple.
Do you know how to use an Android?
I actually previously had an Android. I had a Samsung Galaxy 5, I think. Hold on, whoa, let me explain. Wait a second.
Did I say something?
Here.
I didn't say anything.
Over here.
Did my face say something? I'm trying to control this.
Middle school, and I needed a phone. I was at the age now to where I was no longer needing to be in daycare, which that's another story. And I was walking home.
Okay.
And my parents gave me a phone, and it was a Samsung Galaxy 5 or something.
Must be nice to be born in 2020.
Yeah. See, that was around 2010, I think. 2010, 2011 was when I had that. But that's the only reason why. And then after that, I went to iPhone, and it's easy, it's aesthetic. I don't know. I would never go back. What about you?
I'm an iPhone girly all the way. I mean, here's the thing. I've never had an Android in my life, so I don't know how it works.
Not even one?
No, not ever. I had a Nokia, the brick Nokia, when we first started getting cell phones back in the day. But that, a Motorola.
Okay.
That's fine. That was so easy to use. And then obviously everybody had a BlackBerry. So that was just chef's kiss. I don't know why we went away from it, but it was pretty great.
In my head, I think of Android, anything besides Apple. But you're right. There was Nokia. There's Motorola.
Yeah.
What else was there? Samsung.
I mean, Motorola is still around, but they don't do phones anymore. They still do firefighters equipment and police officer equipment. They still do that stuff.
I didn't know that.
But it's no longer cell phones. Yeah.
Interesting. They had a pivot. They probably were look, guys.
We'll make more money this way.
We're not going to survive if we go this route.
I mean, it's either Android or iPhone, technically. But I have, a friend of mine's the iPhone's the devil.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like,
no way.
I was like, first of all, I don't even know how to open your screen.
Yeah.
As an Android. How do you function? Where do you go for things?
It's always the extremist. You're either a hardcore Apple user or you're a hardcore Android. But I feel in between.
I feel once people go from an Android to an iPhone, they're this is good.
Yes.
I don't know.
My brother, he's an Android user, and so is my dad. But dude, I'll bicker with my brother all the time, and I'll be like, why don't you like Apple? Simplicity, it's aesthetic, all this jazz. He's like, well, it's because I like to use my phone more than just calling and texting. He was like, I guess Apple has more restrictions to where I don't know, homeboy's just trying to code and make his own phone, but I'm like, come on, let's be real, you don't do that.
What
but he
else could you use?
I don't know. He was like, I don't want to be told what apps I can't download. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It was weird. Yeah, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Are you going to be hacking into the mainframe of somewhere?
Okay.
And your phone needs to do that? Whatever. Another one that off this topic, and we just chat about this, Apple Maps or Google Maps?
Okay, dude, it's always Google Maps.
Is trash.
Apple Maps is the trashiest of trash.
Nope.
It is never updated.
Nope.
I feel like it is updated, but it's never really updated. Every time somebody uses Apple Maps, they always end up in the wrong location. And they're like, oh, can you tell me where how about you just use the normal Google apps that takes you places at the right location at the right time?
You're using an Android app on an iPhone.
I don't care.
It doesn't work.
It is. I'm so fine with it. No. I will never use Apple Maps. If somebody sends me what do you call it? A map that's hey, this is where we're meeting, and it's Apple Maps, I instantly lose my shit. If I click on it and it opens up, my anxiety is just ugh. This is the worst. So then I will literally go and copy and paste the address into the Google Maps.
No,
I cannot.
Apple CarPlay, the fluidity that comes with it is Apple Maps, and you got Spotify or Apple Music. It's just, it's easier. It's more aesthetically pleasing. If you can't tell, aesthetic's the vibe for me here. But
what vibe? It's annoying as heck.
To your point, I have to admit, Apple Maps, there's some defaults to it, right? There has been multiple times to where you put a location and it's a bit off. Like it'll take you to the far like north corner of the parking lot.
Why
and
does that happen?
You know? I mean, I'm gonna be real, it'll say a business is open until 8 p.m. In reality, they close at 6. Like Google Maps is updated more because Google has their webpage.
Because everybody updates their stuff on Google.
Yes, so it's like integrated to where they can
What business goes into be like, let me just update things on the Apple Maps. The Mapple.
Yeah.
Let me just update them into the Mapple. Nobody. They're just like, we gotta update our Google's business hours. Like, that's just...
Yeah, it's because their system's just better integrated.
I think you hated it because you did not know how to fix it in your car, that it was telling you to go on the south side versus north side.
For some reason, it was like telling me to go and turn right on directions, which, okay, this is an unpopular opinion. I turn off the voice notification.
Oh, 100%.
I hate that. 800
If
feet,
she talks to me, I'm done. Like, if she disrupts my music in my car, I am done. If you're going to be like, lower the volume on the music, and you're like, turn right, shut up.
Exactly.
I'm like, I need to see the arrow. Like, that's how it guides me.
Respectfully, I need you, but I need you to shh in your corner, and then you're going to go ahead and show me a picture, and I'm going to follow it.
That's it.
So in Google Maps, it was telling me to turn the correct way via writing, but then on the map, it was like backwards.
Because you had it upside down. That's why.
Why? See, that's not user friendly. Like Google Maps,
you could just click on it
go in there and do it.
You just click on it and do it north
face. You were in my car messing with it for a minute, and then you.
That's because I don't know how to use your car.
What? Now you're not a Subaru fan?
Well, first of all,
hold on.
I did not say anything regarding your car. I said I don't know how to use your car.
That's fair.
To figure out your maps.
Yeah. Well, that's my TED talk on that.
Okay. Fair enough.
They have their pros and cons.
I mean, we agree that Apple's better, but that's here or there.
Yeah.
Everybody has their preferences.
Exactly. All right. Another topic we have is career passion is overrated. Stability and peace are the real flex.
Oh.
I mean, not everyone needs to be obsessed with their job as long as they're happy with the opportunity it gives them.
Okay, so I'm a little biased on this one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
let us have it, sis.
If I continued my fashion degree, right? Yeah. Like, if I was just like, like,
Chef's
going
kiss,
full
things
in,
are going.
which I'm pretty great. Like, just saying it. Like, some of my pieces were still at the Art Institute in Chicago. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
My art was. I love my art. I did extremely well. It is what it is. But it does not pay you enough unless you get in super connections that you go into, like, Paris and New York and big things, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, life happens, so you choose different directions for yourself, right? But I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're so happy with something that's not having you pay your bills, and you're just like so stressed on the other end of things.
Exactly.
Unless you're cool with living under a hut and you're like, gotta do me.
Mom, Dad, shacking it again. Yeah. Let's go.
You know what I mean? Like, does it make sense?
No, I agree with you 100%. I think, I don't know, my point of it is, I do agree to a certain extent, like your career doesn't need to be your passion exactly. Of course, that would be the goal, right?
Yeah.
Have something that you truly love and enjoy. But I also wouldn't be opposed working a stable job that pays my bills.
Yeah.
And allows me to have time to what I actually am super passionate about.
Agreed.
I think that would be perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, again, end goal would be work a job that you're super passionate about and love, and it pays the bills and more.
Yeah.
But I totally wouldn't mind kind of just shifting gears, working somewhere that gives me stability, health insurance, 401k, all that jazz.
Yeah.
But then I'm not also so like overwhelmed with work to where I can't do the things I actually really enjoy.
Agreed.
That's my perspective on it.
That's mine too. So we agree on that one.
Yeah, but some people will be like, nope, you have to love everything you do about your job, which I think reality, every job has pros and cons.
Oh, 100%.
There's days where you're like, heck yeah, let's do this. And there's days where you're like, I think I need to call out. Like,
yeah,
I think I need to go on vacay.
I think I'm going to clock out early.
Exactly. I think I'm going to go ahead and head out. Exactly.
I think I need a break.
100.
Yep, that makes sense.
Thank you. I'm glad we agree on that.
We did agree on that one. I think that was pretty great, but Okay, this one triggers me.
Oh, let's go.
Sprinkles on donuts and ice cream.
Anyone who thinks they're actually amazing, I need to talk to them.
For what?
Their palate has to be off. It's nothing, it's just like wax.
Sometimes it's grown-ass men that are just like, I like me a pink sprinkled donut. First of all, what flavor do the sprinkles have? They have no flavor.
Nothing.
And they have this weird texture that just like you chew on it and you're like, I'm triggered by it. It really pisses me off, and I don't know how to explain it.
I 100% think sprinkles are an aesthetic. It's not a taste. It is more for like an eye, what's the word I'm trying to think of? It draws your eyes to it, so you're like more attracted to it, of like, ooh, like this is flashy, it must be good. But I really do not think it adds any type of flavor enhancing, like
the texture of them when I crunch on it, I can't.
Yeah.
I get triggered.
I do love sprinkle donuts though.
What the heck?
Like the sprinkle pink ones.
Okay, what?
Well, I like
they serve no purpose.
I like the pink frosting. The sprinkles I could live without. But the sprinkles do, bring your eyes to it. Like, ooh, like we eat with our eyes, honestly.
If you were to put like a dozen donuts in front of me, and then you had the sprinkle stuff, and then you have just the most basic glazed donut, I'd be like, glazed donut all the way.
Agreed.
Like I will not go after like the razzle dazzle of a sprinkle.
Yeah.
I just think about the chewiness of it, which brings me to another one that's similar to this.
What is it?
M&Ms freak me out.
Yeah, they're kind of.
It's the texture.
I don't know. I think as a kid, they were cool. Again, it brings it back to we eat with our eyes. Like it was so cool as a kid because you had like colorful.
But did you like
treat.
the texture of the chocolate?
No, but it was like a sweet like candy and it was colorful that it was like, ooh, cool. But do I ever crave M&Ms?
I can never.
They're kind of bland, honestly.
I could never with the texture. Yeah. But I do like Skittles though.
Skittles are good.
The chewy Skittly thing, I'm fine with that.
Sour Skittles?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I hadn't had Skittles in like 20 years of my life, probably.
Yeah.
And then I was flying to Mexico, and I stopped at a little convenience store, and I was like, ooh, I should get some Skittles.
You're
so
like,
I got some Skittles.
One of these.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I agree with you, girl. I agree with you.
Triggering.
Literally, you're triggered. I'm gonna bring sprinkles around you just to.
Just don't.
No, I'm kidding. I won't. All right, the next one is multitasking is a myth. You're just doing a bunch of things poorly. I have to agree with this to a certain extent. I do truly think when it comes to big important projects, you can't be multitasking. There's things that you have to fully divide your attention on in order to truly excel and I guess just put your best work forward. If you're kind of being pulled in multiple avenues, you're kind of half-fasting. You're just getting it done, but you're not necessarily putting quality. You're just getting quantity out.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think multitasking back in the day, and I'm talking here in 15, 20 years ago, multitasking was a cool thing to do. If you were a multitasker, it was one of those things you are efficient, you're doing things fast, you're on time, you can do multiple things at the same time. I feel like every 10 years that pass, especially right now, people are just more focused on emotional intelligence and doing multitasking is not such a great thing or whatever it is because you're doing things half-assed kind of deal, right? But I think more people are trying to realize on how things work. But before, when I was in high school, we're if you're a multitasker, you're cool. Yeah. You're just you can actually keep up to speed and do things, and your brain was working in a way that other people were just you're kind of slow if you were not a multitasker.
Oh my God.
Not necessarily mentally slow. You know what I mean? Not mentally slow, but you're kind of come on, dude, pick it up. Yeah. And I'm also such a fast-paced kind of person that somebody that's not a multitasker really gets to me.
I think to make the conversation deeper too, there's areas to where you can multitask and that's okay, and it's not necessarily jeopardizing the quality of what you're producing. But there's also other areas to where you cannot multitask. This is something you truly just need to focus on.
Have you ever caught yourself being on a phone call with a client and you're on Instagram scrolling?
Oh yeah, just checking an email, responding to a text simultaneously while talking.
I'm not checking the emails, but I will.
You're just scrolling. You're sending me memes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Ooh, that's a nice nail color.
I mean, that's just because you have it down so much to a science in your brain of what you have to say.
Yeah. For
those conversations to where you honestly you don't need your full brain focusing on it. Half of the brain is doing the other part, and the other half you're kind of just entertaining.
That's fair to say.
Yeah, I mean, it also goes into people who can't what's the word walk and talk. People who are walking and talking and they're straying off. And
wait, who cannot walk and talk?
Girl.
You think that there's people that cannot walk and talk?
Yeah, for sure.
Stop it.
Well, like, walk, correct. Okay, maybe that was a bad example, so I'll fly. But, like, have you ever talked and walked with someone and they're, like, veering off and you're like, yo, girl, like,
veering off where?
I don't know. Like, they just, like, or they're not aware of their surroundings. Like, they're falling and tripping and you're like, you didn't see that curb right in front of you?
Okay,
like, you
no, I don't know.
I
don't have friends that...
All right, well, that's good. That's good that you don't. But hopefully...
I have never had anybody that just be, like, in a ditch while they're talking to me.
Well, I mean, yeah. I think some people can resonate with this, where just people cannot multitask with the simple little things. Yeah. To where it's like, okay, I feel like you should be able to, you know, like this is a simple thing.
Fair point.
Of that. But yeah, don't be falling in ditches. Hopefully you don't do that.
That's wild. Okay. I feel some type of way about this one, but again.
Unpopular.
It is, yeah. There is no reason to make your bed every morning. Do you make your bed every morning?
Full transparency, no. Do I try to? Yes. I think it's just kind of comes down to like setting yourself up for success type of deal. And I like things to be put correct properly. Honestly though, is it really like a big thing on my brain to where if I don't make my bed, I'm thinking my day's going bad? No, not at all.
I mean, you're gonna go back to sleep on it again.
Exactly, but then like, you know, I grew up like, you know, my mom would always like put your room together, like you don't know if someone's coming over, and then like if someone has like a messy bed.
I mean,
I don't know.
You know what? Like I agree with that because my mom is a little psycho.
Say it louder for the mic.
A little psycho. When it comes to it, like she's very OCD, so like every day my bed had to be made, right? The way that I have my aesthetics at my house, though, it's very, like, in the bedroom, it's very, like, bohemian, like, chill, and, like, even, like, my comforter is, like, very, like, organic and, you know, flowy. Same with, like, my linen, like, bed sheets. Yeah. So it gives you that, like, rusticy, like, bohemian vibes. So, like, I just wake up in the morning and I go, psh, psh. Yeah. And that's it. And, like, the pillows are, like, already there because I don't sleep like a madman. Like, I wake up kind of like how I fall asleep in a way. Teddy's the one that causes ruckus, but you know, other than that, like I'm not like in the morning to be like, ooh, let me just go do my bed. I
think that is a next level maybe like little psycho.
Do you think like military people
no, that's too much.
Military people are like so like you have to always do the bed because they're so used to it?
Exactly. Well, that's just because it's instilled. Because I think they literally do get checked on that. Is
every day.
If your bed is not, I think like a quarter needs to balance on it or doesn't, something like that.
They're like folded and like tucked under, which I do that for my bed sheets.
Yeah.
And then when Judith comes and cleans my house, then she fixes like everything like tucked in and under. Yeah. So I was like, all right, like that's cool.
Say less. All right, another unpopular opinion on that is I think we do not need a bunch of little pillows on your bed. I get it for decor purposes, but like, no. I'm thinking like max maybe 6 because I like 2. I like a soft one and then I kind of like a firm one in the back, so that's 2. And then you'd have another 2, so that's 4.
I just have 4 in mine.
And then maybe 2 decor, like maybe 2. But those beds that have 20,
why
15? That's too much.
First of all, like how do you take him out at the end of the night and just like take one down, take one down? Like I can't. I agree with you on that one.
That's too much. I'm thinking like, come on, girl. Like, do you really have people coming through your room like that? Like, is it really like a thing to where
you have to be on an extreme OCD at that moment?
I am not leaving anybody's house being like, MS Trish only had 6 pillows on her bed.
The names that you come up with is people that you bring in our conversations.
I can't be friends with her because like, no one's saying that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even that deep, but some people swear by that. All right, our next one is you do not need a college degree in order to have a great job.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree with it.
I mean, 100%. I spent so much stupid amount of money on my schooling that then I went to a mortgage company and they pay for licensing and everything else, and I made triple or quadruple of what I was even making with a degree on it. So I'm fine with that. I think the stigma is like a lot of people do think that like getting a college education makes you, you know, smart and, you know, like more rounded and educated and things like that. Yeah. But I think there's certain people who don't have to have those degrees and they're very smart, very mature, very good at what they do, and I'm pro that. That's fine.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way. I think also too it has to do with society. I mean, 20 years ago, a degree was a big thing to where honestly it would get you a really high paying career path, job. Nowadays, there's so many people that don't have a degree necessarily, or they do, but they're not even working in that profession where that degree was from. So I mean, think about it, like entrepreneurs, us, like being in the mortgage industry, we have to have a license. We have to have a degree.
You have to pass exams and renew your licenses every year, which is a pain on top of it.
But I mean, even blue collar individuals, like they're making money and they don't have a degree. They have to have like certifications and stuff that they had to do. But think about it, like they didn't need a degree and yet they're in a well-paying job. They're in a great career. They have benefits, all that jazz, to where a few years ago, if you told someone I don't have a degree, you would think like, okay, there's nothing for you. Yeah. Like you're gonna just work minimum wage. You're not gonna set yourself up in the future. Yeah. To where nowadays that's no longer the mindset nor reality of how you can be successful in today's world. It's pretty interesting.
Agreed.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Let's see.
Your next one has me unhinged.
Why does it have you unhinged? Why does it have you unhinged?
Because it's a great topic.
Well, as we are drinking Starbucks. All right. Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks?
100% Starbucks. 100%. Dunkin' is water.
Mop water.
Mop water with a hint of 4 syrup pumps. Did you ever try the Sabrina Carpenter?
Why would I? First of all, I'm not like a person that's like, ooh, the celebrity got a drink.
Yeah,
that's not my thing.
It's always trash. Anything a celebrity does like that, you know it's always trash.
Not a fan.
Negative.
But also, I would not like I don't like their coffee. I don't think it's strong enough. If I'm going to drink, okay, so just to be real, it's a triple shot espresso with coconut milk here, right? So I need my coffee to be super strong.
Yes.
Like if I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts, I don't want to drink mop water that has no, like, does it have taste? Sure, it tastes like coffee or whatnot, but it's not even strong at all. So I need like super strong coffee to live off. Yeah. Hence why I think Dunkin' is not, I would choose Starbucks over Dunkin' any day. Agreed. But there's plenty of people that love Dunkin'.
Yeah, and that's okay, and that's for them. I think also too, it's like we're West Coast, so we're more Starbucks. East Coast is definitely Dunkin'. Yeah, I feel like the East Coast is a bit more heavy on Dunkin'.
Yeah, especially Boston people, they love Dunkin'.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they actually do have some good bagels.
I'm good with their bagels.
Are pretty good.
They're, what do you call it? They're little hash browns. The little chive hash browns are so fire.
Never had those.
Oh my gosh, you have to.
I don't go to Dunkin'.
I don't go to Dunkin' either, but I would go for the hash browns because they're so great. And their little croissant and egg and cheese sandwich in the morning, I'd choose that over, you know. Like if I were to have like a pit stop on like to do like a road trip or whatnot, and I had options of Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, I would probably fly to Starbucks for the drinks, and I would probably fly there for the breakfast and then be on my merry way.
That's fair. I do agree. I think Starbucks has better coffee production, like quality, but they don't really have the best food options. Yeah. So I think that's where Dunkin' comes in to kind of compensate for that.
And it's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm curious as to what our listeners think. I think they're Dunkin', Starbucks, or option 3.
I think we probably need to do like a poll for our listeners. I'd be like, which one are you and why? Like, I want to know why you like Dunkin' Donuts. Like, what is it about the coffee that you like?
Is there like a secret item menu that we don't know about because we're not like true Dunkiners, and that's why we don't think?
I don't know.
You know, there could be.
There could be. There's always like a secret menu for Starbucks, so you can always Google it and get. I've gotten a couple of like drinks from the secret menu before, and they were pretty good. But
I didn't even think of that.
I don't know.
Interesting. For our next one, it's golden age of TV is over, and Netflix is mostly mid now.
I mean, yeah.
We're kind of missing the plot, the vibes, as well as some cliffhangers. I have to say that I do agree with this. I do think TV back in the day was a bit better, better put together. Just the delivery was a little bit better than compared now. Like now we kind of just have more filler shows. They're not really as like the staples. Like what's an example of the staples? Like Family Matters, The Nanny, Friends.
Of course.
What are some other ones that I'm missing?
But I think they were so differently and made. Gilmore Girls,
In Living Color for the OG comedy people.
Yeah,
I love that show.
So like I feel like they had such depth and like lessons that you learn from those things. Like so many people like grew up with Gilmore Girls. Like I put that on every time fall comes around. Yeah. That's my show. That's like I will watch it all the time. It will always be in the background because it's just so great. But I don't think shows these days have that much depth, and I think a lot of things have changed where I don't know how to explain it. It's just different. It's just more like quicker. Yeah. And what's another word for it? Like, I think just like surface level. Like the longevity, like for example, Friends had how many seasons? A show nowadays that's being produced that's on Netflix could not really last that long and retain the same popularity that like Friends did. Yeah, it's like what, 4 or 5? Yeah, 4 or 5, and honestly, the ratings went down after season 2. Yeah. Like nowadays with shows that come out. That sucks. Which is kind of crazy to think. Yeah. Fresh Prince, that's another good one. That was a good one. That was a great show. All those shows were pretty great. It was fun to watch, and it was just like, entertaining. Exactly. So, I don't know though. Everybody Loves Raymond. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that. Reba. Reba. I love Reba. I could always rewatch it. It's 2 jumps. That's a good one. That's a great singing over there. Dude, I'm gonna put you on The Voice. No, I respectfully never I think we should ask our listeners if you should go on The Voice. Nah, guys, I know I'm not good. Dude, there's someone on TikTok that actually does, like, this guy does his makeup and legit looks like Reba. I'm curious if anyone has seen them. Yeah. I have not. I'll show you the video. But I've seen the dude that does Blake Lively, and it's hilarious because he does like her like lips. Lord. That guy. He's actually like spot on too. Spot on. Blake just so dramatic. Has to hate social media right now. Oh, she has to. With everything going on. There's absolutely no way. I hope she deleted her apps. Because she should, for her sake, Remember the one that he put like 9 beanies on his head? Yes. Tried to figure it out. Oh my God. I can't. Dude, I die with the videos of Blake Lively dressing for this. What was it? The Last of Us? No, not The Last of Us. It Ends With Us. It Ends With Us. Thank you. That makes me die. I cannot scroll past the video when I see that. I'm like, I need to watch this masterpiece unfold. Honestly, I had a picture of me when I went to the camp place. What do you call it? The cabin that I went up north in Flagstaff. Yeah. And it was so cold. And one of the last pictures, I have a hat on, I have a scarf on, I have like the most mismatched pajamas on with like a coat. It was ridiculous. I felt like I fit that movie. 100%. If Blake Lively saw you out in the wilderness, she'd be like, that girl's cooking. I am so fashionable. She ate that outfit. It was just legit my cheetah print pajamas. I can't. No. Awesome. No way. No way, dude. Yeah. You know what though? She really thought. She really thought she ate there. She really did. Confidence is killer. Confidence is killer. I was so cozy. That's all I can say. All right. So this is, I guess. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna read it. People care more about their wedding than their marriage. Like, people are just like, I need a beautiful wedding. Interesting. But honestly, our marriage is trash. Yeah. And I don't care about our marriage or if we get divorced. Yeah. But I really care about my wedding and the dress, clearly, because my must look spun on. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one. I do think a lot of people fantasize the wedding so much and put so much pressure on it to where they kind of forget the other components of it. Of like, do you think it's for people pleasing? I think so, and I think it's just also too a bit of like in society when we as girls are being raised, it's like marriage and finding your person and having that big day is like such an idolized thing. Yeah. That we put so much pressure into it that I think a lot of people kind of forget of like, it's almost like that like the marriage high. You have a high of like, you find someone, you're engaged, you get married, and then after marriage it's like, oh, okay, there's nothing to look forward to. And you're like, whoa, like, hold on, it's deeper than that. Like, like your wedding day is a big thing, but it's not everything. Yeah. I mean, I think I had a Kardashian wedding that lasted after the, first of all, it wasn't like that. Yeah. But I can understand where like you're so hyper focused on the whole entire thing of going perfectly fine, especially where you're like so OCD too. Like the dresses, the bridesmaids, the flowers, the guests, the list, the tables, everything else. You're so focused on it. Yeah. But then afterwards, like it's like you're kind of like forgetting your big problems that are there. Yeah. Then you're just like blinded by the thing. So. All right, we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I mean, dude, on that topic, Bridezilla. Like, did you remember TV back then? Did you ever watch Bridezilla?
Maybe, probably.
What? Oh my gosh. All our listeners that have listened to Bridezilla watched it. You need to help me in this.
Probably.
It's basically almost like, have you seen MTV Cribs?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like that towards the buildup of someone's wedding day. So like let's say for example you were getting married.
Okay.
They would film you the days before of you like getting your venue ready, finding your dress, dealing with catering, all that like. And it was these women that like dreamed of their wedding day and had it down to a science, and then things like the normal like catering's late, they're out of this, whatever, like, and they would like die. Like, I mean, they would be crying and screaming and like being raging B words because their cake is a vanilla yellow and not like the eggshell
There will
yellow.
always be something wrong that goes into weddings. So like I was just at my friend Sam's wedding, and you know, and I told Sam, I was like, listen, as a pro. Just kidding. I'm not a pro. Not a pro.
I just got what you said there, yeah. That's right.
I will tell you, I was like, there will always be something that goes off wrong. Mm-hmm. So I need you to not stress out over things, right? I was like, do not stress out. Do not stress out. We'll fix it, whatever it is. So obviously, the hair and makeup person canceled on her. So we were going to do a trial, and she wanted her hair down. We're in Mexico. The wind is wild.
Always.
And the last day, we went and did the trials, hair everywhere, like whatever. And I was like, Sam, I'm so sorry. I know that you want your hair down. I cannot have you have your hair down. Mm-hmm. So I did a low updo for her, which turned out amazing, obviously.
It was so cute.
Obviously, because I'm a pro.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We couldn't. And that's like, imagine if she were to have been like, no, I want my hair down, and just being pissed off about it. But I told Sam, I was like, hey, like, gotta take it with a grain of salt. Things always go wrong. Nothing ever goes fully in plan. You just have to enjoy your day.
Exactly. And that's why I think with that topic, so many people just care too much about the wedding day. They don't really realize the full bigger picture of, okay, I'm making this commitment to this person. What matters is we get to do this together, make this promise, and then like it's inevitable things are gonna go wrong.
Of course.
You
Absolutely.
know? But dude, you need to watch Bridezilla.
I'm going to put it on my list right now.
It's some outlandish stuff, honestly.
How old is this show? 10 years ago?
Yeah, well, I think it was airing like 2005 to 2010.
During Pimp My Ride?
Yeah, it was like around that era, like seriously.
I mean, I did watch Pimp My Ride because that was pretty great.
That's interesting that you watched that, but you didn't watch did you ever watch the Manhattan Psych?
No.
That one's good too, girl.
I watched the Flavor Flav.
How about Storage Wars? Did you ever watch like Storage Wars?
No. I watched Flavor Flav.
I'll put you on.
Did you ever watch Flavor Flav?
No, I didn't.
See? Go ahead and watch that.
I didn't.
Because that's a whole lot of mess by itself.
It sounds like it would be a bit interesting.
It was very wild.
So for our next one, celebrity couples are just PR moves until proven otherwise.
I think so.
I agree. I mean, for a while, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, everyone thought that was a big PR move.
Have you heard about the thing that's called like you're like a beard?
No.
The theory of it?
What is that?
So, here comes the PR move, right? Mm-hmm. Some of these celebrities, because they have to save their reputation when they do movies and stuff like that, they find a celebrity person to be their partner, but it's just like a beard. That's what it's called. The term apparently on it.
Oh, like that's what they wear?
No.
Wait.
It's just a term. It's called like a beard. So like it's like what it means is that the person is actually gay, but they need to pretend that they're straight. So they do a PR move for their couple, their significant other, to cover their true identity. Because they cannot express that they are because of the roles, and they will lose things. So
that makes
pretty much with the whole Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, they're saying that he actually is.
He's gay.
And she's like his beard or whatnot, and she's obviously younger. Same thing with who's the dude that there's a Wolverine guy.
God.
Jack something.
Holy
That's like his BFF, like Ryan's BFF. And they're saying that he's always been Hugh Jackman.
You're right.
Yes.
I should know this. My mom loves Hugh Jackman. Like,
yeah.
I feel like
so he's supposedly he was married for such a long time. That's because his wife was like, that's fine, not a problem.
Yeah.
And she was his
beard,
his cover up.
Interesting.
So that's right. So like PR things, yeah, I believe that 100%. They gotta, be for the public. Not that there's anything wrong for people to, you know, come out this time of year, but it's strictly to save their reputation when they do movies, because they're not going to have like
because a lot of their career is like a strong man that is not gay, and then therefore if he's gay in real life, where like the people say it, they be like, oh, he's not great to put in that role,
exactly,
because he's not, you know. So that makes sense.
PR moves.
Interesting. And also too, did you hear about Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I don't even doubt that.
No, I know. I think a lot of it too is also to promote like movies. If you notice, like a bunch of like couples at the time will be like co-starring in movies, and they kind of use it to like promote it.
But I think where there's flames, where there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do agree. And you can there's plenty of people that have fallen in love with their co-stars. I don't, you know, people fall in love with their coworkers. Literally. All the time.
So I met Alex, so can't necessarily disagree with that at all. But some of it is just for like the PR aspect.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe they did actually find real love, but you know, their PR rep was like, hey.
Probably.
Tom, you should be with Zendaya. She's cute. And then maybe he went for it and it actually stuck.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe they're going to get married soon. We'll see.
Who knows? I'm not much of a follower on these celebrity things.
Yeah.
I just strictly just don't care. Personally, you don't pay my bills.
Yeah. I know.
You know, but you know, it's there. Okay. This one's like a 50-50. I'm on it. Dating apps are not a good foundation for a relationship.
Yeah, I mean, now in the world that we live with social media, it's an easier way to meet someone, but I do feel like there's a lot of people that are genuinely on those apps that aren't necessarily looking for legitimate long relationships.
Is it like a passing time, you think?
I think, let me think for a second. Like, you know, if you're on Tinder, you're not really looking for something legit.
There's plenty of people that have gotten married from Tinder.
Yeah, but I feel like more than not, a lot of times those people are just looking for like quick, convenient, hey, let's talk for a little, smash pass, move on. To where I feel like if you were on eHarmony, farmersonly.com, that's a little bit more like genuine. I don't know. It's just, dating is tough in general. But I think the apps don't help.
I think it's like there's a percentage chance that you'll meet that person, but I also think like you could have met that person any other way. If you're meant to be with that person, you're meant to be with that person. That's bottom line. Yeah. Like to me, like if you're going to meet somebody and that they're meant for you, you'll meet them no matter where you are. But as far as like dating apps, like, I mean, I've had a couple of relationships from dating apps, and they were just like, they lasted a while.
Yeah. They were like pretty successful ones? Like, do you think a majority of, let's say for example, there was 100 men on the dating app that you swiped, what's the percentage of them that you think you would actually be attracted to and want to see further?
Probably like not even 10%.
So in a way.
But I mean, like you can go to a bar and find 100 people and you'll probably be attracted, or maybe think that maybe 10 of them are going to be that. It's I feel like it's the same thing. Yeah. But I think a lot of people in these dating apps, it's hard to continue the conversation because two things can happen personally, what I think, right? Sometimes if the conversation is going so smoothly well, you'll meet in person and you will not have like a physical attraction, and you will not have that, okay? And then the other times the conversation could be just short and be like, hey, let's just meet up. And then you'll go meet up with that person and there's just nothing there. There's no conversation, there's just nothing there. Yeah. And then sometimes like it could be where you chit chat a little bit and then you do see that person, you're like, you know what, I can see you again, I can see you again, I can see you again. And then continue the conversations, right? Have there been success stories? Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Yeah. But at the same time, like my relationship back in Chicago, like that lasted like for about a year and almost a half. And
that was through a dating app?
Yeah, that was through.
Interesting.
Who was it through? OkCupid.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there are some successes, but I think a good majority of it is you have to go, like, it's a numbers game. It literally is a numbers game. And
I feel like some people are there for ego reassurances.
Like, yeah, I mean, and think about it too with society nowadays. Like, you could literally, like, gosh, horror stories. People are on dates swiping like meet like literally on a date with someone that they met, and now they're like trying to potentially date, but they'll be like swiping mid-date.
But also like the creepy people that are on there that you never know, and they'll end up being like killers, or you know, there's so many horror stories like that scares me.
Indeed. Oof.
Like you should never go to like someone's random house that you don't know.
No, I have it already instilled with like my friends, like when like location, text me, let me
send
know when
a
you
picture of
get
who
there.
they are.
Yeah, let me know when you get back home. Like, you have to have that unlocked because there's way too many weird people in this world.
Way too many weird people.
Way too many weird.
And that is the easiest one. Also, kind of on topic, kind of not on topic. Have you heard about like the Indeed? You know, like the app that you go and find jobs?
Yeah, or Indeed is like for like social. It's like
yeah. Well,
networking.
apparently in I think was it Alabama? No, Atlanta. I think it was in Atlanta. There's a total of I think 11 people that are missing.
No way.
Yeah, and it was on the same place. It was the same company that was telling them to go here for an interview, and they have disappeared.
Oh my gosh! No, I haven't heard anything about that.
Through Indeed, and it was all women.
That's
so scary. So again, like this whole online thing is it's not just the dating that's scary. No. It's also like these jobs and like these other places that are just like.
Ugh. I mean, literally anyone can make an ad. Like anyone can make a post and be like, hey.
But like for a big company, like you can't like be like, hey, like I'm hiring for somebody to come clean my house.
Dude, I mean, scammers they're getting better. Like they are literally getting better, and they're adapting, and they're like, no one's necessarily a status base, but like no one's tapping into this market. Like let's do this.
Do you think it could be like a serial killer that's doing all this, or do you think it's just like a human trafficking thing?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's more like human trafficking, honestly, but I could definitely see a deeper level, like a serial killer.
It's crazy.
But that's just like such a wild. Imagine like trying to like get together 11 people. I feel like that's harder. Like serial killers mostly do like one at a time.
Oh, they were one at a time. I don't think they scheduled the interviews at the same time.
Oh, I thought. Dang, I'm out here thinking like it was an event where 11 people went. They're just socializing.
No, they're just 11 people that are missing. They probably scheduled them at different days and different times.
That makes sense.
For an interview at a warehouse, and then just boop, gone.
Might be a serial killer. Honestly, it's open to both in my head.
It's creepy.
I was totally on sex trafficking, but when you break it down to where it was individual meet times,
it's creepy. That's just so scary.
Oof.
So
everybody stay safe out there, because that's wild. All right, this is a kind of a funny one. Not everyone needs a podcast. That is.
You guys, thank you for joining us.
Heck.
This is our last podcast.
It's getting pretty crowded out here with all the different podcast options. We are grateful that you stumbled upon us, or maybe were referred us. Hopefully you stick around for more.
Hopefully. Yeah. Maybe we don't even deserve a podcast.
Yeah, honestly.
But I think we're pretty funny. So like if you guys like listening to us, let us know.
That really resonated with me, guys. I really don't think you need a podcast, and we'll take that up, you know?
I mean, I don't think everybody needs a podcast.
I agree. I think like you just gotta have your niche, and you gotta have good combo, and some people aren't great at conversing, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why some people are just really factual. Like there are those podcasts that are just straight facts, and that you have someone just reading them to you.
Yeah.
Which that's okay.
There's also just a ton of podcasts when it comes to like mortgages.
Yeah.
Like how much?
Some are just super saturated.
How much mortgages you can talk about?
I do that Monday through Sunday, and I'm good. I don't need a podcast on that. And yeah, there's literally only so much you could talk about. As someone who doesn't work in the industry, you think like, oh, there must be so much to talk about.
I think like you can do reels and you can do other stuff, but I feel like if you're talking about a specific topic like real estate or mortgages or banking or things like that, I feel like there's just like so much you can go on.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I like really would want to sit there and listen to an hour of mortgages.
It's limited. Even in the financial aspect of like investments, like there's only so many categories of investments. The breakdown, maybe you could dabble into different, avenues to invest in, and maybe the fluctuation of the market. Yeah. But like you're kind of constricted on.
I mean, everybody to each their own. But
exactly.
Yes, you are right. I don't think everybody should have a podcast.
Yeah, give us the feedback, guys.
Yeah, please let us know.
One of those.
If you're bored of listening to us, let us know.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's a good one. I'm glad we chose.
All right, now this one pisses me off.
I'm intrigued to hear about this.
And I don't know why it pisses me off. I think it has to do because where I was raised in Europe.
Okay.
Tomatoes are not a fruit. I don't care what anybody says. They're not a fruit. They're a vegetable.
What about it makes it a fruit?
I don't know.
Do you know?
It's an American thing, I guess. You guys consider it fruit.
Whoa, you guys, hold on. I just agreed with you. I said, girl, I agree.
I'm just saying, like, you guys as an Americans consider it a fruit. So when I first moved here, and they're just like, a tomato's a fruit, and I was like, what? A tomato is a vegetable. Mm-hmm. I think it's because it grows in a vine, and they call it a fruit.
Interesting.
They develop from flowers of a plant that contains seeds.
I hate you.
Oh, because it's almost like a flower.
What cucumber has flowers?
Cucumber grows from a flower?
There's cucumber flowers that grow out of a cucumber.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, please Google, because I'm not losing my mind.
Dude, I just Googled it too, and that's exactly.
Yeah.
It's
We
because
don't even need to Google. JC's on it.
No, he
JC, is cucumber... it grows out of a flower, right? Cucumber's a fruit too? Okay, I'm done.
Triggered.
I'm triggered. I'm done for life right now.
Wow,
I cannot.
that is so interesting. I didn't even think, like, interesting, a cucumber.
A cucumber's a fruit.
Heard. I just went on my trip, and we went to a pineapple farm.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, a cucumber? No, we didn't do that. A pineapple farm. Dude, never ever, and I'm curious if our listeners have ever thought of this. Like, let's just take a moment. How do you think a pineapple grows?
No, I know, because I saw it and I was flabbergasted.
Literally, like
From the ground.
From the ground. I never thought that.
I thought they had a tree.
Thank you.
I thought they had a tree.
So apparently, actually really cool, if you're ever able to do a pineapple tour, you should. They're awesome. It's almost like agave. You know how tequila's made, or agave, like aloe gel? Same thing, similar plant. So it's planted in the floor.
But just
it has
a
those
pineapple.
multiple leaves like that, and then the center is where the pineapple grows.
That's so crazy.
Wild.
Wait, is the leaf on the bottom and then the fruit is on the top?
So,
or is the fruit on the bottom?
You know, like how the agave plants are just like those like green leaves that are like that? Yeah. So it's like that for a pineapple, except in the center is where the pineapple grows, and those leaves stay up top. That's why when you have a pineapple,
so it's like a leaf and then pineapple and then leaves some more.
So yeah, leaves, and then it's the stem, pineapple, and
JC's
leaves.
gonna insert a picture on this one because
Girl, I was shooketh. I was like, that's where a pineapple goes from?
See? Look how cute it is though.
That is crazy.
That is pretty cute.
Did you know that pineapples grew from the ground? When? How did you? You're lying. Who told you this?
I took a lot of like nutrition classes.
Oh, that makes sense.
Plants.
I'm still gonna call tomato a vegetable, and that's it. And so is the cucumber.
For all of our non-nutrition,
I'm not.
all our non-nutrition listeners, guys, groundbreaking news: it grows from the ground.
Did you know asparagus grows from the ground?
What? How?
It's just ground, and they just spring up, and you just chop them off.
And go?
Chop and go. Please bring a picture of her.
Like
Bethany.
a carrot?
Well,
like a carrot
no,
in the
the carrot
ground?
is underground and the leaves are up, right? The asparagus just grows from the ground.
Could I technically have a 6-foot-long asparagus?
I don't know if it will grow that big.
I think it's possible that you can get really big asparagus.
Interesting.
And they all just grow, like little, like from everywhere, one by one.
Fun fact, pineapples actually are not naturally yellow.
Are they pink?
No, I mean, they can be yellow, but they're actually mostly green. But because of how society has been grown to perceive pineapples, we think they have to be yellow. So on the pineapple tour, they actually told us that they actually like almost burn the pineapples a little bit with this type of gas to make them yellow, because they're actually ready when they're like green color. But we would think if we saw a green pineapple at the store, oh, it's too ripe, it's not ready. In reality, like it's actually
Stop
ready.
it.
But it's just because of how we're like sold on food. Just like tomatoes, like they actually aren't super bright red. They're kind of like a light red. But we've been told like, ooh, a bright red juicy tomato, bright yellow juicy pineapple.
I feel like the red tomato just gets extra red when it's like fully ripe from the sun.
Nope, that doesn't even mean that it's actually like a great vegetable or fruit. Apparently now fruit. Is that crazy? That we can go all day about like how we just get sold. And
Dude,
it's
seriously.
Like,
but also, have you seen like the TikTok videos that show like how the old fruits and vegetables were, and then how they are now, completely different?
They're genetically enhanced.
I can't.
So much.
If I looked at a weird carrot.
Lemons aren't naturally occurring.
See?
Wait, what?
Lemons aren't naturally occurring.
It's a hybrid of what? What is?
Citron and lime. Oh no. a bitter orange or something.
A bitter orange and a lime makes a lemon.
Citron.
Oh, citron. Interesting. See, it's all just like genetically modified.
It's very true.
We don't have.
Corden is at another level.
Wait, really?
Blood oranges, though. Blood oranges, like back in Europe, they used to do the orange with a pomegranate.
No way.
So that's how you get the blood orange.
Whoa. Dude, farming 101
But I do
is
love blood oranges. They're so
crazy.
good.
To like genetically crossbreed these fruits to make things is actually next level.
Tomato is still, and a cucumber is still a vegetable for me.
Yeah,
I don't
for me
care.
it's a vegetable all the way. That's
I do not
weird.
care.
I'm not considering it in my life that it's a fruit. All right, for our next one. Cancel culture isn't real for famous people. It's just rebranding. So typically how it works is they lay low. They're going to drop an apology and then they'll make like a Netflix documentary years down the road. I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, think about it, like Martha Stewart, Ellen DeGeneres, I mean, Joe Rogan, like so many other people that I can think of right now. But literally, like they get canceled.
It's like a rebrand.
For something. Yeah. You just lay low. You make an apology letter, which nowadays, you know, they're using ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. They're like, hey, ChatGPT, please make an apology letter. Here's something along the.
I want to sound very remorseful.
Exactly. Then they post it on their socials, and then they go like non-existent, off the grid for like a year, 3 years, and then slowly but surely they start to like come back out again. Now they're at events, then they're maybe starting a new brand. You know, like it's literally just rebranding. It's like, oops, I'm sorry, I'm out.
Fair point.
Rebrand.
Fair point.
I agree with that. Like,
I see that.
Except, like, I feel like the only exception is like, oh God, I hope Diddy never comes back. He has done way too much weird
I think
stuff.
a couple more people should go down with him, but that's just my.
Who else do you think?
Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them should go down with him. Ashton Kutcher.
They're linked to it. So is J-Lo. J-Lo's linked to it.
Oh, 100%.
Hard.
She's,
Hard.
absolutely. Her,
Oprah?
Ashton Kutcher, Oprah for sure.
Oprah for sure. We know Oprah will be doing some freaky stuff.
Ellen DeGeneres. Mm-hmm. All of them.
Dude.
They're just. Oh, I also think. What's this? Who is the act? Tom what?
Tom Cruise.
No.
Tom Brady.
No.
Give me another.
He's not cute. It's the dude with the movie with the ball. Tom Hanks. He's a complete.
Oh, you talk about the volleyball one where he's like stranded?
Yeah. Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks. Oh, Toy Story.
Completely involved.
Yeah, he gives
he's a
me weird
complete
vibes.
pedo. Like,
I could see that.
100%.
I could totally.
Like, I don't know. I never got a good vibe from him. It's weird.
Fun
but everybody
fact,
talks about it.
Tom Hanks' like nephew went to my high school and he was there at like one of the games or something.
Oh.
I remember like there's a photo. It's stupid little thing. But he definitely gives me weird vibes. Like if I was alone in a room with him,
I totally
I hope I'm
feel
never
like
alone in a room with him. But he definitely gives me like the sus vibes.
Not a fan.
Negative.
Nope, not a fan at all. All right, this one is like.
Take the time needed.
It's like I can agree with it at a certain extent because I'm kind of psycho. But all right, the beach isn't a fun place to go to. It's sandy and dirty.
Dang. That's fair. I mean,
I'm obsessed with the beach though. Like I love the smell of it. I love everything about it. But people are going to judge me hard.
that's okay.
When I was a kid, I was one of those kids that was extra, like, if I got my shirt dirty with one spot, I would scream until my mom would change me.
Yeah.
So psycho kid.
Yeah.
And I felt the same thing with the beach. Every time I would go on vacation on the beach, my dad physically had to pick me up, put me in the water. I would play in the water, then he physically had to pick me up from the water to take me to the towel. Aww. So my toes did not touch the sand because the sand mixed with the water makes it a little muddy, and then the muddiness makes me very nauseous.
Yeah.
And then I would
nauseous. Holy cow.
The children that played and made sand castles with the little dirty, nasty fingers, I'm out. I am legit like vomiting internally. I can't.
I have a thing where I hate stuff on my hands. anything wet, anything like I have to instantly go wash my hands after. So I resonate with you 100% on that.
The way that you said that.
No, for real. Like I don't know what it is. Like if I
if you had like sticky fingers, I
cannot go touch my phone or a controller
Agreed.
or a handle. Like I need to instantly go wash my hands. Like they need to be like clean.
My toes. If my toes caught that like wet sand or mud freaks me out too. Just so we're clear, like the mud is just too much for me. But that's the only thing where I think like sand and beach, like it's a little triggering. I've gotten better. I've so gotten better.
Proud of you.
I can totally put my feet in the water and the sand at the same time.
Yeah.
Do I dry them off right away after I'm done? Yeah, absolutely.
That's fair.
But I love the beach, so I'm kind of like iffy about it.
I definitely have a love-hate relationship with the beach.
Yeah.
It has to also depend, like, what beach are you going to? A lot of the beaches in California are dirty.
Agreed.
The water is like brown.
Not a fan.
No,
I need clear blue waters on the beaches.
Yes, that will make or break the difference because going from a beach where it's clear in the water, you really realize like, dang, like Huntington is dirty.
When I was in Texas, when I was in Galveston, you can't see through the water. The water is just
that freaks me out.
A dark water, right?
Anything could
but
take
it's so warm. Like it's like such a nice warm beach, like that you can swim into. So like putting your feet by the shore, like fine, like that's good because like it feels nice, whatever. But I went like swimming a little bit, and the algae and I was like, I
if
gotta.
If anything touches me, I'm running.
I gotta bounce back because I can't see underneath it. So that's why I'm like, it's a little scary for me.
I need our listeners to let us know
how they feel about the beach.
Do you like the beach? Do you not? Also, how do you feel about when something touches you in the water? I can't. I was in Maui and the water is beautiful and clear, and it made me realize like, dang, the beaches back home in California are dirty. Yeah. But also too, like we did a little bit of snorkeling. And like seeing the fish was so cool, but then I literally thought it was cool for 2 seconds, and then the rest of the time I'm panicking. Like I hope that doesn't touch me. Like I don't want it to touch me.
Like I've gone snorkeling plenty of times, and I love it and I enjoy it.
I don't freak you out of like how close they were, and if
no,
I
have videos. You want me to show you videos in Thailand? There were fish all over me, just everywhere, and I'm fine with it. I'm okay with them touching me. It's okay. I cannot have anything touch me if I don't see it. What it is.
That's another fear.
If it's dark waters with a lot of algae, and like then you're like all wrapped up in my foot. That's when I get scared.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like if I'm swimming on like clear waters, I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. Yeah. All the fishes around me. I have videos.
You need to show them to me because
I'll show them to you. And it was pretty great.
Sand everywhere, like it's inevitable.
In your crack.
Sand in your crack. Sand in your ear. Sand everywhere. You know, like you're eating a sandwich, somehow there's some sand there, even if you did everything in your power.
You're chewing. You're just like.
Yeah, literally, it's absolutely crazy. Like in the consistent. Man, it's fun. It is fun, right. But I have to mentally prepare for a beach day, because I know like sand in my bag, sand in my crack, sand in my shoes, sand, everything. You can't avoid it. You can't avoid it.
I agree.
And the car ride home,
I agree.
Pedal to the metal. I need a shower. like I'm changing.
I will shower
at
the outdoor beaches.
Really?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm not talking about like me getting naked on the outdoor beaches. Like chill for a second.
Deep conditioning your hair.
I had to do that. So when we flew to Europe, we saw DJ Tiesto. He came on his yacht. It was a full-on like rave from like 6 p.m. all the way till the next morning. Like it was great, fantastic. But the hotels were so booked. Everything was so booked. So we had our camping that we, put by the sand, and obviously you don't have a shower, so there were outdoor showers and stuff. So like as I'm like
butt-ass naked out there. Or what?
That was not butt-ass naked. Chill. Could you imagine?
That'd be crazy.
And people are just like, "Are you okay?" No, I had my swimsuit on. So like you got your swimsuit on, but like sometimes you like gotta shave your legs, so you're like out there like.
Yeah. That's hilarious. I mean, honestly,
I've been there before.
Dive in. Like, who cares? Do your thing.
Speaking of beaches, have you ever skinny dipped?
No, I haven't. I get too nervy. I don't know. And also, like, it's midday. I could never go to a nude beach.
I could never
could
go to a
never.
nude beach. I will not. But also,
I don't care if my
I'm going to
body's
be honest.
banging.
Listen, I'm going to be honest to everybody. Nude beaches in Europe, they're not what you think they are. It's always old men, wrinkly hanging out, and older people, wrinkly. So it's not even like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to a nude beach and see hot people.
No.
It's not what it is, guys.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, I would never. Like, there's no point. But like skinny dipping at night.
Okay, I think that would be fun. Honestly, I've never, but I would get too nervy. I would get
Who's
too
gonna
nervy.
see you?
I don't know, but like midday.
Fish?
Yeah, literally, and then it touches me, and then I'm done. Then I gotta go. I don't know. I could never go to a naked beach though. Like I don't care if my body's banging. I can't.
The
My
people
eyes
that are
would be
there
on
don't
the floor,
care.
and I would just be like covering
The
myself.
people that are there, they don't care, and they're older people. Like it's just.
I'm good. Even if it was like attractive people my age, I'd still be too nervy. Couldn't. Could you?
No, I would
missed.
not.
You thought about it for a second. You said, "Wait," when you said it like that.
No, we're good. We're good. We're not.
No.
We're not there.
JC, what about you?
Yeah.
JC said, "Yeah."
You would go.
He would go.
Probably.
He'd be there.
He'd be there.
Interesting.
I think it's easier for men because they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they're
It
kind
is
of
what it is.
Interesting. Well, our listeners need to give us our advice, feedback on if they
Watch they dare us to go to.
They're like,
No, we're not
"We'd
flying
really
there.
love
Chill.
If you could.
Chill.
That is awesome. Well, that is going to conclude today's episode on unpopular opinions.
We've had
we
plenty.
need to do more. We have
We
a
should.
few more that we can go through, and we'll do another episode on it.
I think it's
But
fun.
we need feedback, guys. Like,
Well, we need our listeners to actually tell us some of their
Yes.
unpopular opinions, like
Exactly.
that they can think of, and then we can touch base and talk about it. But
that'd be fun. I'd
That's
love
great.
to just respond back and see what you guys say. That'd be interesting. But
it's gonna be great.
thanks for joining us, guys, for another episode. We will catch you for the next one.
Bye.